It's not one thing, then it's another. You've heard that expression, right? Well, I've been hearing that along my own healing path these past few years. You're always healing from something. So if you're not healing from one thing, or if you've healed up that one particular issue, then you have another issue that is going to come up that you're going to have to heal from. That's next. So, hey, now I'm working on what's next. It's interesting. I've had an issue with this for a while, maybe several years longer than I think I have, but it had come to a point where I knew I needed to do something about it when I was around 37. Um, for those of you who don't know the whole story, around that age, I had a cane. I was walking with the cane. I was a professional dancer for a long time, and I had to quit dancing because I couldn't walk without assistance. And I remember someone had said to me, "You need to get a hub around," and it clicked right then that I was too young to be going through this particular issue at my age, and I wanted to do something about it. And I did. At first, I thought it was a raging candida infection. And I went on the anti candida diet for over 2 years, 2.5 years. Still no changes. Finally, I got to Chinese healing and Chinese healing theory, and that worked to get me out of the cane. However, over the past couple of months, without the pyramid protocol, I wouldn't be where I am now. So, what is it that I'm working with? It's interesting. Add it all together, I would think that it was what is considered Lyme disease. uh, Lyme disease is interesting because for some reason it's very hard for people to diagnose uh, what bacteria and viruses and fungi are involved with Lyme disease. You have Borrelia, you have Babesia, you have co-infections like Morgellons, and they also say if you have Candida, then more than likely you have Lyme. And a lot of people get scared when they hear that you have Lyme disease because they think they're going to end up in a wheelchair drooling all their life. And I was close. I was in the cane. But I'm not going to get a medical diagnosis actually for this. And I have my reasons. I have two, maybe even three. Well, actually, yeah, three. One, Lyme disease is the new candida. You know, a long time ago when you had brain fog and you had muscle aches and you had indigestion or leaky gut, it was candida. It was always candida. Nobody ever tested it. They just said, oh, it's candida. You need to take these supplements. And now, when you have these same symptoms, instead of it being candida, now it's actually Lyme disease. Oh, you have Lyme disease. You have muscle aches. You have flu like symptoms. You have chronic fatigue. You have fibromyalgia. Oh, it's all Lyme. All of it's Lyme. And nobody can actually produce any results to tell you that it's actually Lyme. There's no tests being run. But I'm not doing tests not because I don't want to know what it is. I'm not doing tests. I'm not getting tested because one, I'm not focusing on one particular type of bacteria or fungus or virus or co-infection. I'm, I'm not trying to target one thing. And two, I'm not planning to take medical drugs or antibiotics in order to improve my condition. So it doesn't make sense for me to go and get the tests because my view of how to fix this is a lot different. What I'm doing is I'm actually building and strengthening my body, building my immune system, giving my body the nutrients that it needs in order for the organs to do the functions that they're supposed to do in order to get rid of it on its own. And I'm also making sure the organs function the way they should so that they can, get rid of what's not supposed to be there. So I'm not just taking pills and sitting around and hoping for the pills to work. I'm not taking drugs and sitting around and hoping for the drugs to kill whatever it is in my body. We don't believe in the host intoxication theory, which is, in order to kill what's in there, you have to make the body, the host, poisonous. And that means that you kill everything, including the host. We don't do that. We work with the body, and we go on function. So we make sure everything is functioning the way it is. And in order for it to do that, we depend on manual therapy, we depend on nutrients, and we depend on exercise. And you know what exercise we like to do? It's Qigong. So for this particular weakened constitution that I have to be very aggressive and very consistent with my course of action. So I have to do what I need to do every day, sometimes more than that, but I have to keep doing it because in order for me to improve on the weakness, I already have what is considered decay. I have to do everything I have to do in order to reverse it. It's going to take some real effort on my part. I'll detail what I'm going to do or what I have been doing because, to be honest, I have started doing this 2 years ago. And if I hadn't have started then, I'd be in a worse position than I am now. But I have more to do. So I'm willing to share with you everything that I'm going to be doing in the next couple videos. So stay tuned. I'll come back with the next thing is the theory as to how my constitution got so weak and why I have to go through what I have to go through now.